Hi and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, my name's Des. I go by Des B. And if you're new here, hello. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Today, I'm very excited. This is now episode 6 of my Shredding for the Wedding series, which you can find my full playlist up in one of these corners. But today, I'm kind of taking a minimal break of educating and giving you guys a really fun Q&A revolving all around my current cut
and me.
Because I'm selfish. Just kidding. But it's gonna be fun, so make sure you stick around, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe if you're already sold, and let's get to it. So ultimately today I was like, do I even want to do my makeup? Because to be honest, I'm not good at it, first off. And second off, I was like, y'all don't see me really with makeup on anymore. Do I want to be fake? I don't know. So then I decided, okay, I'll do my makeup. So to get started, I'm going to be using the brand new Tula Skincare Face Filter, it's called. It is an illuminating and moisturizing primer. It's pretty excited about, yeah. Hello, camera. I'll insert a picture. It looks like that. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on and then we'll get into the Q&A. Why is it not working? Oh, there we go. Okay, so first, a housekeeping thing I want to, wow, this is so pretty. A housekeeping thing that I want to take care of is the fact that my wedding signage girl, the girl that's creating all my signage for my wedding, she just sent me a piece to use around the house and I'm so excited. So I want to show you guys, look at what she made me. It is so cute. Oh, you can't see it because the ring light. It says, grow old with me, the best is yet to be. She did this all calligraphy on acrylic. This is kind of the theme that we're going for with my personal wedding, so very excited. Make sure you check her out. She does a lot of really great signage for like anything. Baby stuff, nurseries, homes, decor, wedding, all the goods. So without further ado, let's jump into this Q&A. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, y'all went hard on my Instagram post. So if you see all of here, we got just a ton of questions, which thank you, but we're not gonna get through all of them. I'm gonna go ahead and just pick out a lot of bangers and kind of get through them. Let's start with question number 1. I think this is a good one. What's the biggest change you made to see a difference in your body? I would 100% say the biggest change I made was not only how I trained in terms of like actually going for intention, purpose, intensity in general, but also fueling my body correctly. You're not gonna get anywhere if all you do is eat poorly. I'm all about flexible dieting, but you also really have to pay attention to what your body really needs to make lean mass gains, to properly execute a fat loss phase.
You know,
Flexible dieting should not replace nutrient-dense food. That's definitely, I would say, the biggest change. Training for purpose and really executing my lifts, but also really focusing in on the nutrition aspect of my training. Next question is the app limited to a certain amount of people or can anyone do it? If you guys haven't seen on my Instagram, my first app
is alive and I'm so excited.
So, BFIT app, again, you guys probably can't see it because the lighting, it's right here. My training app, I'll insert a little video here of like what it looks like, is officially live. I will be using this for, first off, just challenge girls. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know that my next challenge is June 30th. We launch and then we start July 7th. But with that challenge, you get access to my very first app. For right now, the only people that have access to the app will be people that purchase and are a part of my challenge. After this year, you know, once my wedding is done, once I'm kind of, you know, able to relax, you will then be able to have a monthly membership. Details on that are to come. Hold your horses, yeehaw. Don't jump the gun here. I have so much and so many things planned. For now, if you purchase my next 6 weeks to strength challenge, which all the information's below, I've talked about this before, I'm not gonna make this an advertisement, but that is when you'll get access to the app. And yes, that is though available to everyone. Exercises you did getting back into the gym after your breast augmentation. I'm getting back after mine. First off, girl,
yes.
Do you, boo-boo, absolutely love my girls. They look so different from if you guys even look at like previous videos. It's insane. I'll kind of give y'all an update too because a lot of people asked that. I'm coming up actually on my year anniversary in July, which is crazy. After I got back in the gym, I really focused on just like body weight stuff for a while. I did a lot of like banded exercises, definitely stayed away from chest, obviously, but really I had an amazing recovery process. Surgeon was amazing. I did go through the armpit, so you can't even see my scars. I don't even know where it is. Oh, here's one, and there's the other. A lot of people don't even know I have fake boobs, which like...
That's the goal, right?
I don't want people to know I have fake boobs. Oops. In terms of like, I want them to look natural. Not, I don't care if you know I have fake boobs, but I'm saying more so like, I didn't go for this like stripper porn star look. I wanted to keep it very reserved, very classy, obviously like just really fitting my body type. Biggest thing would be like coming back from a breast augmentation is honestly take your time. I can't say I felt myself for like, probably like 10 to 12 weeks. It was really hard because my strength took a dip. I was also coming off of prep. So like my body weight was so low. My fat mass was so low. Therefore my recovery, even though it was easy, it was harder on my body, if that makes sense. Just make sure that you take care of yourself. Obviously talk to your personal doctor and make sure you're doing what his protocols state. There's completely different opinions out there and I'm not a doctor, so do your thing. How long should you cut until incorporating a diet break or a refeed? This is a great question and I love that you're interested in this. Honestly, being in a cut is supposed to be hard, right? Supposed to be...
Where is my makeup?
It's supposed to be difficult. You're supposed to be hungry, you know, all these things. Just because you go through 1 week and you're like,
Oh my God, I'm hungry.
it doesn't mean that you just get to take a diet break. Those are the times where like sometimes you gotta push through that to really make the progress that you want, right? So really, I would say you don't actually need to incorporate any sort of diet break, refeed, or anything until at least 4 to 6 weeks. You really want to see where your base levels are for your bodily response until you just go screw that up in, you know, with excess calories, especially diet breaks. Refeeds can be a little bit more constructed, but when you're doing a diet break, for the most part, a diet break is like not tracking at all or like kind of loosely tracking. So that would definitely have the ability to derail your progress before it increases it, but you do have to be restrictive in a cut, straight up. There's no balance when you're cutting. In order to receive results you've never had, you have to do what you've never done. So as much as I personally love preaching balance and moderation, when you're in a cut, when you're trying to lose body fat, it's a different game. I did have to go through those days of being hungry, but I'm reaping the rewards, so yay! What's the hardest part about putting yourself out there on social media and YouTube? Absolutely love you, by the way. First off, thanks Kayla, love you too sis. But luckily I don't have, you know, the
Biggest and hugest account ever.
and so I'm very thankful to have like a very tight-knit community and family. But what is still hard for me is when people come at me, when like I share my opinion or like I even share a picture. Like for instance, last night I shared a picture of my Tula skincare in my shower and people were literally coming at me for having Garnier shampoo in my shower. What? Sis, relax. Obviously, like a lot of things I do take care of, but you know, the Garnier, that's like, it's literally my fiance's. I think that's the hardest part is a lot of people, as much as I share about my life and as much as I want y'all a part of it, you, at the end of the day, like a lot of people, like you still don't know me. You still don't really know everything about me. Even though everything I put out there, I still have a very private life and I just don't need like negativity. The hardest part is when people do that or they take something you've said and completely just miss the mark on reposting it or spreading like gossip about you. I pride myself on doing things pretty ethically correct, especially when it comes to like my programming, my education, my registered dietitian on staff, all of these things. So, you know, just check yourself before you wreck yourself. But ultimately, it could be a lot worse. So I'm very grateful for all of you guys that are a part of my channels and just continuously cheer me on, because at the end of the day, for every like 100,000 people that support you, there's gonna be one person that's just a butthole. God knows my intentions. The people that really support me know my true intentions, so that's all that matters. Next question, how did you know Wyatt was the one? Sorry if that's already been asked. I feel like that has been asked before, but it's still like really fun for me to address because I love Wyatt and I like talking about him. Honestly, when Wyatt and I first locked eyes, insert dramatic music, in the dorm room hallway, and My friend goes, hey, this is Wyatt, he plays football. I said, hi. That was it. And then a few months later, like after football season, after volleyball season, we ended up having a class together. And so within our class, we had the opportunity to obviously get to know each other, and he sat next to me, whatever. We ended up going to a party, and that night I was like,
I want to kiss Wyatt.
We ended up kissing. And it was just like an immediate, I'm gonna probably kiss you forever. Like, I don't know, it was just a weird love feeling. And at this time, he really wasn't digging it, to be honest. Like, he just wasn't about it. He was kind of scared to be in a relationship, I get it, but I was so all over it. Ultimately, we just continued to talk and be friends, and it evolved into a relationship, and now we're getting married in under 100 days. The nutrition guide, will it be sold separately, and what's in it? Yes, I do have a full nutrition guide coming and releasing. I'm really excited about this because it's literally 86 including the cover, 86 pages, has 9 meal plans, vegan friendly, approved by a registered dietitian, formulated meal plans by my assistant coach and registered dietitian on staff. So everything that legally I could not do has been done legally by someone who is available and able to make them. Here's like a little look at it. You just kind of can see, like, there's just so much information, how to track in your MyFitnessPal, you know, how to meal time, recipes, nutrition, like I said, all the meal plans. There's so many things in it. It will be sold separately. It will also always be available on my website, so you can check that out. So then to lead into the next question, my 6-week challenge launches on June 30th, which I'm so excited. You get full access to the app. And again, this isn't an advertisement video, so if you're interested in anything, any of my workout guides in my 6-week challenge, please just look below in the description box. This is not what this video is about. I don't need to sell you on anything while making this video. I'm just answering questions that are asked while giving you the resources that you need. How do you drink so much water? I got the hydro jug a while ago, but I barely drink one. Water intake is so key, and it's something that a lot of people do actually have to get used to. If you have a hydro jug, that's a great start. If you don't have one, don't worry. You can use my code DESB and grab one. I also have a really cool collaboration coming with them soon, so yay! But a hydro jug is 72, 73 ounces on its own. So getting through one of those is at least better than like the average human, but I personally drink 2 to 3 of them a day. The way I do this ultimately is through using a straw. A straw is always gonna be a game changer. You just suck it down, it's easy, and I kind of make it a goal where each time I go to drink or something, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna chug 10 times, and then I do 10, and I'm like, wait, I can go for 20, and I chug 20 times. Before I know it, I'm like halfway through the hydro jug. So it's definitely a way where you have to figure out how to drink more, figure out what works best for you. Drinking anywhere from 100 to 120 ounces a day is gonna be optimal for digestion, skin, everything. If there's an issue, a lot of the times, water is the answer. So definitely make sure that you're working on that and invest in a straw. How do you know how many calories to add in per week when reverse dieting? This is a great question, and it's something that will differ from person to person, to be honest. Everyone's toleration is a little bit different, and depending on how fast or slow you want to take it will also depend. The faster you go, the more fat your body will probably gain back. The slower you take it, the less fat will be put on, and the longer you can prolong a reverse diet. Starting from anywhere to like 50, 100, 150 calories per week, adding it back in is gonna be key. However, for most people, I would suggest adjusting bi-weekly. So taking 2 weeks for the body to get used to those macros or calories you're at, and then deciding whether to stay the same or increase again. Luckily for you, my nutrition guide actually gives you full calculations on how to do your macros based on your physique goal. So that is a place where you can look for that and also get a little bit more help and guidance. Again, these are just calculations. It's not gonna be perfect to what's needed for you, but it's gonna be way better than just Googling and being overwhelmed with education. So again, that launches June 30th.
End question.
Watched your videos the other day. What food scales would you recommend and not recommend? Great question, but I will tell you that a food scale is literally a food scale. As long as it measures out your food and it weighs it, it's a win. I personally got mine from Amazon 4 years ago, and it still plugs and chugs today. Check Amazon, type in food scale, and boom, it's gonna be there. Do you remember your first workout? Truly, I don't really remember my first workout because most of my workouts were with the volleyball team, but I do remember vividly one day when I was in the gym and I was kind of just starting out. It wasn't my first workout, but it was just kind of new to me, and the only thing I would do was 3 sets of everything, and I would do 10 reps, 12 reps, 15 reps. That's literally it. That was the most that I did every single exercise. I would do every other day, and I would do like upper day, lower body, upper day again. It was never formatted correctly. I was learning through school, being in like my program of exercise science, but I still wasn't like it was definitely a learning experience, but that was probably the most that I can remember, is like that vivid moment of being in the gym and like looking at myself and being like, wow, like I'm looking better. But I can't really say like I remember the first workout ever. Lifting heavy, am I gaining muscle while in a cut? Getting frustrated at the number on the scale. The biggest thing I can tell you guys is that the scale should not determine how good or how bad you're feeling. I know that it's so hard because we grow up being told that the scale kind of tells all, but the scale really doesn't mean anything. For example, 6 months ago, I was around 136 pounds, and today I woke up 140, and this is the difference. So it's just important to see that your body can still recomp, even when you're in a cut, even when you're in a bulk, whatever your physique goal is right now, your body can be constantly changing without the scale changing. Or the scale could change, but it's for the better. If you're someone who relies too much on the scale, either take it out completely, get off it, don't freaking worry about it, or come to the understanding that it's not gonna be a determinant of your true success. How many calories is too low to eat every day while on a cut, very active, gym, etc.? I think that, again, caloric intake is gonna vary person to person based off your current body mass, based off your current fat mass, based off your current expenditure daily, based off of the job you have, you know, how much do you move around? It's really gonna change. So it's hard for me to say what is too low, but I will say confidently that anything under 1200 is extremely low for someone not in a competition prep. In prep, things get wild, things get extreme. It's what you have to do. It is an extreme sport. But for someone that's just in like living life, wanting to cut, getting that low in calorie can be really detrimental to not only your metabolism, but also, especially as a woman, our hormone levels. I can't make a proper statement to like each individual out there because your life is so different from hers and his and whatever, but I will say that that's where I personally would feel a little bit uncomfortable if I heard that that's where calories were at. Was your family supportive of you competing? That's actually a great question too, because my first competition was in fall of 2016 and they were not very supportive. They were very confused. I was the only one in my family really changing my lifestyle, and I also come from a pretty religious family. I remember my mom telling me, and Mom, I love you if you're watching this, it just kind of like struck me at the time, but I remember my mom telling me that she saw competing as a form of pornography, form of adultery, kind of like with religion based. And at that time it really hurt me because the last thing competitors ever want on stage is to be looked at sexually. As a competitor, we're up there, yes, in bikinis and kind of bearing all, but it's not for the affirmation of a dude telling us that
Our asses look great.
for our bodies and our physiques being looked at as a strong woman. That was very hard for me at first because my family just really didn't get it. They didn't understand why I couldn't eat pizza or why I couldn't go out to eat all the time or why I was grumpy or tired. So that was difficult. As I continued to really show them that this is a passion of mine and that I was good at it, they started to come around and understand, ask questions, and support me more. It doesn't matter if you're competing or not. Having people that are unsupportive in your fitness journey can be really hard and really discouraging, but I just encourage you, whenever you get the opportunity, to educate them, or if they ask a question, don't get annoyed. Be very happily engaging and explaining to them why you're doing what you're doing. So to kind of wrap this video up, I wanted to include obviously quite a few questions from different areas. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, but at the end of the day, if you ever have any questions for me, I do try to get back to as many people as possible, whether it be my personal email, my Instagram, my Twitter, anything like that. So make sure that you find me there, and also be sure that you're following DBFT LLC. That is where my assistant can also help you as well, and you can figure out, find out what's new with me, my business, my guides, my challenges, my app, everything and anything. I hope that you all like this video. Again, just a little bit of a breather from this educational series that I've been running. I'm currently weighing in at around 139 or 140, which is the first time I've been that low in about 6.5 months. So I'm very excited to see how this cut is going. I'm not really worried about my cut going forward. I'm gonna keep it very lax, very low key, because I do want to still fit into my wedding dress without alterations. And I'm very, very comfortable with where my body's at right now. Make sure that you drop a comment below if you have any additional questions, and I hope to see you in the next video.
Slow down, yeah. French vanilla dripping in your cup. I'll turn you up, caffeine.
Shaking on the floor.